Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hi friends, I welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to discuss the types of sentences based on functions or on the basis of functions. So let's get started. There are six main types of sentences. Okay, we have six main types of sentences on the basis of functions. The first type of sentence we have here is assertive sentences. What are assertive sentences? An assertive sentence makes a positive statement or assertion. An assertive sentence is that sentence which makes a positive statement or assertion. Okay, they can also be called declarative sentences. So assertive sentences are also called declarative sentences. Declarative sentences is actually the second name of assertive sentences. We have some examples of assertive sentences. The first example is Allah Almighty is one. So in this case, it is actually an assertive sentence. Why? Because it contains a positive statement or assertion. Okay, that is why it is an assertive sentence. You have the second example. You read a book. So you read a book is also in the same way. Likewise, similarly, it also belongs to the category of assertive sentences or declarative sentences, and it includes or consists of a positive statement or assertion. We have the second type of sentence, that is negative sentences. So negative sentences are actually those sentences which make a negative statement and contain the word not always. Negative sentences are those sentences which are used for negation or which are used to negate something. They always contain the word not. Like you will see different words like doesn't, don't, hasn't, haven't, isn't, aren't, wasn't, weren't. So you will see different words like these. But a negative sentence must have to include or must have the word not. The word not is always found in all negative sentences. It is the best technique and it is the best way through which you can identify a negative sentence. Some examples of negative sentences. The first example is she doesn't understand my language. So it is a negative sentence because it contains the word not, as you see here, doesn't. Okay, it includes or consists of the word not. That is why it's a negative sentence. And the second reason is that it actually makes a negative assertion. It talks about or makes a negative statement. That is why it is called that is what is called a negative sentence. Here, the second example, a second sentence, that is he's not eating rice. So he's not eating rice is also a negative sentence once again, consisting or including the word not and making a negative statement. We have the third type of sentence, that is interrogative sentences. So interrogative sentences are used for asking questions or information and always contain a question mark. Interrogative sentences are those sentences which are used for asking questions. They can also be used for asking information, and they always contain a punctuation mark. But in case of interrogative sentences, we use a particular punctuation mark, that is question mark or sign of interrogation or interrogative mark. So try to use a correct punctuation mark. Try to use question mark in case of interrogative sentences. Examples. Does she watch your drama? So in this case, it's actually a question. That is why it is included in the type, or it is included in the category of interrogative sentences. It is actually a question. Does she watch your drama? It's a question. So that is why it's an interrogative sentence. And the second reason for this is that it contains a question mark. We put a question mark at the end of this interrogative sentence. We have the second sentence. Where are you from? Where are you from? So it is actually a question. Somebody is asking us a question, or somebody is asking information. That is why we use interrogative sentences to ask information or to talk about information. Then we have exclamatory sentences. Exclamatory sentences are those sentences, okay, which are used for expressing certain strong feelings or emotions. These are the type of sentences which are used for asking, which are used for expressing certain strong feelings or emotions. You can express your certain strong feelings or emotions in case of exclamatory sentences. So exclamatory sentences have to express certain strong feelings or emotions. We have some examples. So the first example is, what an interesting man he is. So it is actually the sentence, this sentence belongs to exclamatory sentence, as it contains certain strong feelings or emotions. In this case, we have always used a punctuation mark, exclamatory mark. We always use an exclamatory mark or sign of exclamation in case of exclamatory sentences. The second example is wow, that's really nice. So wow is actually an interjection which is followed by an exclamatory mark, and it is the best way through which you can understand, through which you can identify exclamatory sentences. All exclamatory sentences do contain an exclamatory mark, a sign of exclamation. Then we have imperative sentences. So imperative sentences are those sentences which express a command, request, advice, and entreaty. You can express command or order, request, and entreaty. You can also talk about advice when it comes to imperative sentences. Then we have examples. So the first example is please support me. So in this case, please is actually used for a request. Okay, it is used for request as you see here. So that's why you can use imperative sentences to talk about a command or order, request, advice, and entreaty. Then we have the second sentence, that is don't abuse your elders. Don't abuse your elders. So it is actually once again an imperative sentence are the best example of imperative sentence. Why? Because we are talking about advice. So in this sentence we have been given a piece of advice, and we have been given an advice. So that is why it is an imperative sentence. Then we have optative sentences. So optative sentences are those sentences which are used for expressing a wish or desire. Okay, we use optative sentences to express our wish or desire. Okay, we use two words, namely would and may, in optative sentences. Would and may are the most commonly words that are used in optative sentences. And optative sentences are those sentences, once again I'm going to emphasize, stress that they are those, and these are the sentences which are used to express a wish or desire. You can pray for someone in case of optative sentences. Examples: may you get a well-paid job. May you get a well-paid job. So that's why it's an optative sentences, because someone is wishing someone a well-paid job. So that's why. It also contains or includes sign of exclamation or exclamatory mark. But don't worry, if the exclamatory mark or sign of exclamation is not limited to the exclamatory sentences only. You can use it in optative sentences as well. Then we have the second example, a second sentence, that is, would that I were a professor of English linguistics. So it is also the sentence that belongs to optative sentence. Then we have the last final sentence, that is, may he become a doctor. So may he become a doctor. So this sentence is actually basically an optative sentence. Why? Because somebody is wishing, someone is wishing somebody to become a doctor. So that is why it is an optative sentence followed by an exclamatory mark. I hope you really like this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, because we do need your support and motivation. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Thanks.